Hi, and welcome everyone to our Defining Your 2017 ABM Strategy webinar. I'm Kim Bodemar, your LA Marketo User Group Leader, and presenting today are Madhu Gulati, President of ShowMeleads, and Prash Shenoy, Marketing Technology Stack and Marketo ABM Expert. Please feel free to submit any questions during the presentation, and afterwards we'll cover some of those in our Q&A. And we'll also be providing a recording of today's webinar for future reference. So let's get started. Madhu, I will turn it over to you.
Thanks, Kim, and welcome everyone to today's webinar. We are really excited and glad that you decided to spend an hour with us today. So here's the agenda, which I'm going to briefly bring to the table, and then we are going to talk about the ABM essentials in much more details. And I'm sure most of you listening in this webinar are doing account-based marketing in some way or the other, knowingly or unknowingly. You would be surprised to know what all you can do. With that, after we have discussed more about ABM rollout, Prash, who is a marketing technology stack and Marketo ABM expert, is going to give us a deep dive into Marketo ABM platform. So let's get started with the ABM buzzword. As we all agree, even I would say, yeah, ABM is the new buzzword. But were we not doing ABM before this? Being in this industry for more than a decade in marketing automation and CRM, I personally do think ABM was there. Do you remember those days when we used to take pride in saying, oh, we got Fortune 1000 companies in our company Rolodex, or Fortune 500 and then Fortune 100 in our customer list? We were so proud of it. What was those things? That was ABM. And now it's the same thing, but the thing is it is more sophisticated and advanced. And that's what we are going to talk today about. So let's set the stage by defining ABM. So ABM is nothing in simple words. It means focus on those accounts that matter the most. And we know how important it is now since we know the buzzword. Now, does ABM flip the funnel? We all think about this. Now, both of them are good. The first funnel you look on the left is who is interested in my product. This is our typical lead revenue funnel. This is what we do in Marketo. Now, anytime you do top of the funnel, which is where you get all the leads from different channels, social, any form, website, trade shows, list imports, so all that is filling the funnel on the top. And then we score them and make them qualified or disqualify it, hand over to sales, and the opportunity is closed or lost. Very simple. Now let's have a different perspective to this. In ABM, what we do is we identify those accounts, and then we look at the leads and the contacts in those accounts. And then after that, we decide with what channel we are going to reach out to them. Once we decide that, then we start sending them more personalized interactions like emails, follow-ups, you name it, any channel. We use that cross-channel functionality, which Marketo is so capable of. So nothing right or wrong here. It's a different perspective. And if you're doing ABM, you have to do the right way. And the right side funnel is more ABM focused. Of course, ABM comes with a lot of other advantages, and here are a few of those. Number one is improve your marketing ROI. And this is true. 97% of marketers did achieve ROI with ABM than any other marketing activities. The next one is drive attributed revenue, generate more qualified leads and opportunities. It's all about focusing on the right account and then giving them the content that would attract them more. Align sales and marketing. Of course, you cannot succeed in any marketing effort if you don't align your communication and other processes. So I'm going to just spend a little more time on talking about some essential ABM capabilities which are connected to Marketo platform. And this is how we have structured today's webinar. The very basic essential is target, engage, and measure. So target is where, we try to identify accounts and manage that list. And I'm going to do a little more detailed deep dive into each one of this. Next one is engage. Personalized messaging cross-channel is very important. And what that means, it has to be scalable too. And that is where Marketo platform is great. Next one is the measure. We do all this. We would identify accounts, we would run all these campaigns based on persona, timing wise, engagement programs, you name it, you would do all this. But what if you're not able to measure the success? And that's where, we have to think the end result in mind when we build these campaigns for our account-based marketing. So here are the 5 steps which I would like to dive deeper into details today. The number 1 is identifying accounts, and that's kind of obvious for all of us. And that is where, we decide, okay, which top 20, 50 accounts we want to target for ABM. Number 2 is profiling the accounts. Profiling accounts, help you to understand which account, which division, which area you want to really focus on in any account, and also you can build it out. And I'm going to share some tips and tricks on that too. Number 3 here we see is a create content. We all know content is the king, whether it's a lead perspective or account-based perspective. So we have to make sure we have the right content available for the right persona. Number 4 is launching the campaigns. When you ultimately want to launch a campaign, I would say think about cross-channel campaigns. And what I mean is none of the buyers today are existing only in one channel. So you have to take care of all the available channels, LinkedIn, Facebook, email, social media, you name it. So when you create your campaigns, consider all the different channels. And then last but not the least is measurement and analytics. That is where we measure the ROI for each one of the campaigns and then show the results. And again, it's not that easy to say, okay, I did ABM and within 3 months I should get more opportunities. It's not a direct relationship. So when we talk about measurements, I'll share one trick in the end where you would see, if you turned on ABM for last 3 months, you should not expect opportunities, but you should expect something, and that's what we are going to share in a bit. So let's dive deeper into identify high value accounts. Now, how do we identify? Typically what happens is if sales and marketing is not aligned, marketing would get high value or the top accounts from the sales team. Now, marketing role is to help them identify whether they are the right one or not. And these are the 4 factors which I've seen works great when you have to define those accounts. Number 1 is a high yield, which means it should be a top money maker, for you, for your product, your solution. And that's how you would identify, okay, this is a good money maker for my company, so I'm going to add it to my top 20 list. Next one is a product fit. We all know we should not sell any solution or product to a company that is not a fit for it. So you want to look for companies that have the needs that match your offering. And the worst thing you can do is to sell a product or solution to someone who might spend a lot of money in the beginning, but in the long run, your solution is not a right fit. And just, I've seen this because of that. You might deliver or earn a lot of money in the beginning, but over the time, they will become more expensive customer and they would need more support, which would definitely bring down your ROI. Third one is an interesting one and my favorite one. So look at your competitors' customer. So these customers are the companies which are already educated, right? So you don't have to spend much time sending them in an education track. So that's a good thing for us. That's 0.1v1, and how they work with your competitor is another thing if you know about that, and how happy they are with your competitor. And we hope they're not, but that's a great place to start. So that's the third one, which definitely gives a good ROI in identifying the account. Now, last one I see here is the strategic importance. And this I've seen, people don't consider this when you, especially sales. But for marketing, I think it's a really good one, because even though they may not be the most profitable customers for you, they may not be the best fit, but they are influential logos to add to your customer list. And that is what you should consider, showing that, yeah, they are your customers. And a lot of companies do that. And once you have those, of course, the others do follow. So this, is not related to ABM, but this is little secret which Marketo uses and we have used so many times. And Prash, who is a marketing technology stack, has used most of them. So what this tool or these different tools help and add value to our account-based marketing. So what happens is when you have all this accounts identified, you want to augment the data. Sometimes you have accounts, but you don't know, you got the email address, you got the first name, you got the last name, but you don't know which industry, you don't know what's the employee size. That's the time when you use account data tools like LinkedIn, Inside View, Hoovers, you name it. There are so many. I have just listed few. Similarly, there is account scoring. You're building a persona and your content is going to target based on persona. And persona also is developed based on scoring at times, because that tells you, if they are in which buying stage. So it's all about building a buyer's journey by using these tools. So coming back to account scoring, Marketo does support account scoring, but these additional tools are more predictive scoring. So it's adding more value. It complements what Marketo has. The next one is other data tools. This is little sneaky ones, but they are very helpful. So let's say you're talking to your target account and you don't know which CRM they are using, but that would help you to build a persona. So, Built-in Datanize is the one which is really nice, I've seen, which helps you from their website. You can see, okay, which tools they are using. So these are little secrets which I wanted to share with everyone. And then let's talk a little more about the account scoring. We all use Marketo for lead scoring, which is behavior, demographic, and to an extent, other product scoring as well. Now, when you have ABM of Marketo, which is added to platform in Marketo platform, you would be able to do account-based scoring. And that account-based scoring comes with historic data, because we have leads and contacts in Marketo, with the win rate and deal size. So all that would be rolled up into account scoring. Then the next one is firmographic data, which is the annual revenue, employee size. We all know that. So that is going to be considered in your account scoring as well. The last one is interesting one and really adds a lot of value. It is 4K plus signals, which means like a lot of our accounts or customers and leads or the target audience within that account are doing a lot of other activities, and that is feeded into Marketo. And once that is feeded into Marketo, account scoring would help with that account scoring model, and then that would also generate more persona-based campaigns. So typical account targeting strategies. When you have account-based model set up, what happens is, in Marketo, of course, you would define your target account list, and then within that, you can decide which vertical list you want to go with. Remember, not all the top 20 accounts you would be targeting with the same messaging, right? So you have to consider different vertical, sub-vertical, or different categories. So for example, we have Midwest target accounts, top 50 retail accounts, key enterprise, existing customer. So it depends on how you want to slice and dice your account targeting strategies. So, but Marketo has all the capabilities you can ask for to do that segmentation in account-based marketing. So second one, let's move on and talk about account profiling and mapping. So this kind of goes back to our planning and strategy of the accounts. And what happens is when you start building the account-based marketing plan, of course, you have to think about how you want to organize the right way. So you would have to gather some research based on the financial health, business initiative, technologies, org structure, SWOT, and industry analysis. So once you have that account profiling, which is again going to contribute to your persona, which is going to map to your content. So this is a little groundwork which you would have to do before you start your account-based marketing. And as we were talking about the content, so once we have that strategy, plan, and persona in place, we have to start thinking about compelling content to get them engaged. And that is where, you would know who your buyer is. Now, of course, you identified the account, you got a plan in place, but now what content should be sent at what time? So this is how, this is again one of the slide which we use most of the time for content mapping strategy session, and this is a summarized version. So what happens is we think about a buyer's journey and say, okay, early, middle, and late. And what you see here is early in the journey where the account or the prospect in that account does not know anything about your offering. So at that time, what we do is we think about the content which would help to build the awareness and address their pain points. And in order to do that, the content type would be blog, ebooks, research data, infographic, webinar, and videos. Similarly, we move into middle stage, which is more like after education, what do we do next with that buyer? So help them find the right solution. And again, we get moving with the content type, which can be a buying guide, RFP templates, ROI calculator, analyst reports, and there's so many you can think of. And the last stage is a late where, your buyer is now in evaluation stage. Evaluation stage is where you have to help them make a decision. And so we reaffirm that they are on the right path. And those are the things we'll serve them, which is like pricing, demos, service info, third-party reviews, case studies. Now, besides this, Marketo added this ABM layer, which you see at the bottom. So the persona we defined so far based on the planning and the strategy, now you can slice all those personas with these buying stages and come up with your matrix and then send them the right content at the right time. And it is very similar to lead persona-based marketing as well, but with account-based marketing, it becomes really focused. And this is, one of the sample I wanted to share. So this is for the education track. And you see the tracks we created in Marketo is awareness, interest, evaluation, and commitment. You can call it any which way. These are the streams in Marketo, which get different assets, resources in each of the track. The next one we are going to talk a little bit about is develop targeted and personalized campaigns. So far we got the persona, we got the content, we know which accounts we are going to target, but now get into the magic of Marketo. So this is so true, our buyers don't exist in just email marketing. When we think of Marketo, okay, email is the first thing, I get that. But if you look at this picture, what do you see? You see a lot of things: video, print, social media, display, mobile, calling, blogs. So our buyers, we have to reach out to them based on where they are more active. So we have to come up with a really great plan of campaigns where we are covering all these channels. And it has to be done in a systematic way. Plus, think about scalability. You know, we all go all the way in doing such fabulous work in Marketo. And then when you have to redo it again for some other event or some other thing, it's like starting from scratch. So think about the best practices, and that's how it should be done. It should be as easy as cloning the previous program and scaling it to next level. The other important factor which I would like to bring to the table is work closely with sales. Most of the time, you know, marketing just, you know, keeps sending the emails, direct mails and all that, but sales does not know what's going on in their account. So a good communication process with sales also helps in closing the deals faster. And this is another campaign flow example which I wanted to share today. So if you notice, you know, within the same account, we sliced it based on their roles. So decision maker and the influencer. And we are targeting them through different channels. So while we are thinking about ABM, we have to ask these questions as well, because that is going to get you started. So brainstorm this with your team if possible. So think about, you know, when you do this, are your accounts, target accounts, engaged enough? How effective are my ABM programs? So that's the way you start thinking about it, so you see the results, and measure is the key, right? You want to see ROI for each program and ultimately see ROI on the ABM which you are implementing. What are my best bets within an account list? This we all know, you can get it from Marketo. Where are key decision makers in buyer journey? Again, a good engagement track would give you that. How do I optimize my ABM success? And this, you know, I would like to spend a few minutes. The reason being, you know, when you turn on ABM, especially, you know, the person who is turning on is more like an operational, and then you expect magic to happen within 3 months. And what happens is sales might say, okay, this is my top 20 accounts, and within 3 months they might change those accounts, and then of course it's not apples to apples anymore. So the very first basic step you should do is have an alignment with sales that these top 20 accounts would not change in 6 months, and then keep tracking those accounts and show them the results. And then when you show the results, and I'll share in another slide, it's not necessary they are going to be all opportunities. It will be in different buyer journey, but in that journey, how are they doing is the reporting that you have to provide. So let's see how we do that. So this is my favorite slide for this ABM marketing. So here what you see is, if you had turned on ABM and your buyer journey is in early stage, how do you know your ABM is working? So you would see the impact of ABM is there is a lift in website traffic for target accounts. Number 2 is new names in the target account. So that's another, it's more like a win, quick win for you. The third one is target accounts visiting dedicated account pages. And the last one is engagement score for set of program per month. So all this you can see if you had implemented ABM using engagement programs in Marketo. And you're looking at that one stream in the beginning. And you know, you can name the stream whatever you want, but this is how you would see if you want to tell your management, okay, why I didn't get so many opportunities end of 3 months. So the report is not number of opportunities, the report is the one you see under the early stage. Now let's talk about the mid stage as well. So how do we know if it has been more than 3 months and some of the accounts audience, target audience is in mid stage? So how do we know the success? The success would be program success with a target account. So this goes back to the program statuses. So keep an eye on that. So best practices program should always have program success values in there. Next one is the call connects, target accounts, number of meetings. So this all is coming from your CRM now. So it is in the mid stage, which means they might have been handed over to sales. marketing qualified leads in target accounts. So if you got more MQLs in target accounts versus other, that's a success for ABM. Last but not the least, in the late, of course, everybody would love to see more opportunities in all the target accounts. The first touch ratio, multi-touch ratio, and the pipeline has grown. So that is easy. Everybody is looking for that, and RCE can give you that. But if you don't get that, don't get discouraged, because there are so many other reports to report the success of ABM. With that, I would like to hand over to Prash, who is a Marketo ABM rock star, and he has a wealth of knowledge in marketing technology stack. So he would be happy to share and give a deep dive into Marketo platform.
Thank you, Madhu. I'm so excited to be here. I've been really passionate about the named account marketing or the account-based marketing for so many years, and worked with multiple companies and clients, helping them to build a successful account-based marketing. Maybe we were not calling it account-based before, but something similar with so many workarounds and so many tools. I think all the people who worked on similar projects, I think, can share my pain when I'm saying that when we had to do any kind of a target account or a named account marketing, we all had to use multiple tools for data, syncing the leads, getting the list of accounts, so many other pain points. And with Marketo having the ABM feature, I think it's a dream come true for all the marketeers like me and you. Yeah, with this Marketo ABM feature, let's go into a little bit more detail. So the new ABM feature on this product is a new add-on, and it's a native component to the marketing platform. So which means that the new feature is seamlessly integrated with existing capabilities of the Marketo. So which means that if you know the power of Marketo, now you can add the account-based marketing flavor to it, add more capabilities to it, and take it to the next level. So this is, I think all of us can identify the pain points which I've been talking about a few minutes before. So before, we had multi-point solution, right? We had multiple tools for each different aspect of it, and then we had to integrate with all the tools or work outside the tools. Maybe the Excel was our lifesaver. Now with Marketo ABM, all these things, all the essentials for ABM can be done on a single platform. So you can have all the accounts centralized and managed and can be managed in one place. You can use the power of Marketo for cross-channel campaign and add the account-based dimension to it. And moreover, like Madhu was talking about, the analytics, right? How do you know all these things are working for you? So we have one place to go, this one system of record to pull all the analytics and see whether all these programs are working and where they're stuck, if it is, right? Where you can optimize all this stuff, insights you can get in one place. So I think this is the three major aspects which for the successful ABM. Madhu touched upon all of them. The first one being target, where you go and figure out all the target accounts or the bucket of all the accounts which you want to manage, right? You want to get onto your customer list. And second is, how do we engage them? And finally, measure. So all these three aspects can be done in one platform. So the new ABM feature has a lot of good stuff within, we built within. So far, all the people who have worked with Marketo knows that Marketo has been historically lot more focused on the lead object. So all the capabilities is working around the lead, right? Different aspect of the lead, the demographic as well as behavior aspects of the lead. Now you can add to that the account dimension. So Marketer has added a new account object so that all the capabilities what lead had, something similar, you can extend that to the account object now. And also this helps to segment the accounts so that you can slice and dice based on what is the requirement, right? Whether you want to segment the data based on the industry, or maybe a Fortune 500, or maybe based on the region. Anything you want, you can do that. And also, like, it makes it so easy to discover or to find out new accounts and add that to your list, whether it is in CRM or it is existing in your marketing database. And also, all of us who have used Marketer know about the power of lead scoring. And now the same concept, you can apply that to the accounts and also to your target accounts or any of the account segments, and see how those accounts are performing, right? So the whole the scoring model can be extended to account. And the most my favorite is the last one, lead to account matching. I think this has been the most pain or the challenge all of us had using the CRM, where the leads and accounts and contacts live in different world, and there was so much of workarounds had to be done to match these accounts to the leads. Now it makes it so easy. We can see that in few minutes. So once you have the ABM module added to the Marketer instance, so when you log into your dashboard, you will see a new tile or the icon, like the last one here, which is, it says account-based marketing. This is the new feature which gets added on once you enable the ABM. Once you can click onto this, this is where it helps you to pull all the accounts either from CRM or from your marketing database or within Marketer. So let's look at the CRM, because most of us who work with CRM, all the accounts are there in CRM, and a lot of time the sales already has identified their target account or the named accounts, and the CRM is already configured for a flag or a field which indicates that, okay, this account is a target account. So now in Marketer, what we can do is the Marketer can sync to the CRM, pull all the accounts details which is in CRM, and also now we can let Marketer know what is that field in CRM. Maybe it's a custom field which we created, and say, okay, this is the one you need to listen, so that we can identify the account as a target account. So in this case, example is target is the field which is used and with the value true. So if you can identify that field, then Marketer understands, okay, now all the accounts with this field value true should be tagged as the named accounts. So this is the same, just adding that field to Marketer so that Marketer can pull all the named accounts. Once you have all the companies now, so you can look at all the accounts within the CRM, which is shown here, and you can see it also pulls all the demographic values. And also if you can look in the second column, which says people. So that's the number here of all the contacts and leads within your system, both CRM and Marketer, which the ABM module within Marketer identified as the strong match to this account. And the potential people, the third column, is one which Marketer thinks that, okay, there is certain relation here, which looks like these leads could be part of the account, but it's not 100% sure. So which helps you to go and you can manually update those and pull them into your target account, so that you can pull as many leads and contacts into that one account, so that any campaign you're doing, any marketing initiative you're doing, you can reach them out and they're not left behind. and which was been a major challenge doing ABM before. And the other magic I think I would want to say is all of us who have done the account name cleansing know the pain point, right? You have leads, hundreds of leads from the same company with so many different variation, IBM Inc., IBM, all this kind, right? IBM system. Now in this one place, you can tell marketer that, okay, any of these variation, just you can match them to one account called IBM. It's so simple, so easy. And once you have added all the target accounts and named accounts into your list, so now you can look at the whole all the list of the accounts within Marketo. This gives a snapshot of every account with the demographic, the firmographic data. And also, if you can see, it also pulls in the opportunity data too. So you can see that, okay, my account has so much in pipeline and also so many open opportunities and so many contacts or leads within this account I do have, and also what is their score. We'll go into that a little bit in the next slide. So this is like one overview can give you the health of all the accounts, and also you can also look at each one of them based of different segments. Like if you want to look at only industries, you can do that too. You can drill down by using different filters. So you can segment them, and you want to look at only high tech or industries, you can drill down, or you want to see all the North America companies you want to see, or EMEA ones. You can do that in one single place. And also, like Madhu has been talking about, how do you like segmenting the target account list, right? So that you can do pretty easily in this section, where if you look, I already have so many of a different list built in, so that I can target my messaging, I can target my metrics, and also I can help the sales team for each one of the different segments with a targeted message, as well as I can do all the things needed for each segment. So we can build different segments like Fortune 500, or maybe tier 1 accounts, or maybe SMB accounts, EMEA ones, mid-market territory, all different lists you can build, and then you can look at each one of them individually and see how they are performing. And also within each one, like you can, in this case, just selected the high tech, and it gives all the accounts within high tech, and also what's the pipeline in these accounts, right? And also open opportunities, all the good stuff. And now coming to the account scoring. Madhu talked a lot about account scoring. How do you really use account scoring for ABM? And this is the place where the magic happens within the platform. So right now with Marketo ABM feature, we can add up to 5 different account scores, and you can define them as based on your requirement. And you can the way it works is, if you have maybe 50 contacts or leads within that account, all the scoring of those individual leads and contacts gets summed up and gets rolled over to the top account, so that you can know at the account level how many people are really engaging with my content or the company, right? So what is their activity interest? You can see that in one shot. And my favorite one always has been the lead to account matching. So we talked about Marketo can do it easily now without have to go into multiple different tools and juggling around with spreadsheets. Now within Marketo, all the leads and contacts, you can assign it to one account. And the way Marketo does that is, it looks at the domain name through the email address. And also if you have the IP address, it can look at the inferred IP, and also the within Marketo, if you have the company name, it looks at it, and also within CRM, it might have a different name, right? It can look at all that and does a match. And when most of the matches happen, it will give you a strong match, which will be shown under the people. And whichever has at least maybe 1 or 2 matches, then it will add under the potential people. So it gives us another opportunity to go back and inspect all these potential people which we would have missed otherwise to add to our account. And also, like, the ones which we are talking about is where the marketer can do it automatically once you set up the rules. But also there is the feature where you can also manually go and add this stuff. You can add any lead or a contact lead to a named account, or you can add a contact and add them to the list. All the stuff you can do, still you have the control over each one of the features. And so far we covered the 2 aspects, which is target and we covered target. Now coming back to the engage, right? Madhu talked about the importance of engagement with all the leads and contacts, so that you can move them across the funnel stages, so that you can get them to be an advocate, to be your customer, right? And here we can use the power of Marketo across cross-channel and add the account-based flavor to it, or the dimension to it. You can do all the campaigns which you are running, cross-channel campaigns for the lead. You can do that same with the account level filters. And also with the new feature, now we also have ABM based filters and trigger, which can take it, or can take your campaigns to next level. So this is a couple of examples where you can add multiple filters for your smart list. You can do now based off account. So you can pull based off the list or any target accounts, any of those dimensions which you have or segments you have, you can use that here. Very powerful. And also so simple. You can also add based off, if you want to do by city, revenue, any one of those filters, it's possible now to add the account level details to all the campaigns and smart list. This is another example where also you can target people based off their job title, or also if already account has an opportunity, if you want to do a customer marketing, you can do that, cross-sell, everything is possible. And the last one is, how do we know it is working, right? How do we measure the ROI in one place? So that's something which a lot of time people have been working in different systems to get the results. Now you can use Marketo as one platform to get to it. So this is a main dashboard where you can see all the accounts, named accounts, all the open opportunities and the pipeline it's driving. And also if you look at the bottom, you can also look at the top accounts which are doing much better, right? It's one bird's eye view, gives you a good indication of how the ABM is working at the top level. And also you can now drill down that. You can also go into different lists, which we already created. If you want to look at my high-tech list, how much opportunity it is driving, how much is in pipeline, how many new names I have added to the pipeline, right? And also how many people we have contacts within each of the accounts, how many people we have engaged. It's amazing where you can get so much of details within not only across each segment, but also you can drill down into each account. Like in this, you can drill down into each account and you can see how many contacts do we have and what is their level of engagement, right? You can see all the interesting moments too here. It's amazing what you can do. And also you can look at all the opportunities per account. You can drill down into each one of them. And also you can look at the potential people, right? Some of them whom we missed, might have missed. Now we can go and identify and then add them back to that account so that they can also be reached to all different marketing activities. And also the power of Marketo, where we all have used the email activity report or the web activity. All the stuff now can be extended to account, and you can see which account is performing better or which account is very active on my website. All those kind of reporting you can generate from one source. And all the people who have been fan of RCE, now you can be more happier because of this new dimension of account added to all the reports within RCE. So whatever the power of our capabilities of RCE, now you can extend that with additional dimension of account. This is another sample, a snapshot of dashboard where you can see the health of all the accounts. It's amazing. It's one shot, one picture gives all the story. It's almost coming to an end. So summarizing all the good features and the capabilities, we looked at the new ABM as an add-on product which is seamlessly integrated within the Marketo platform, and also it helps you to do all the things which we have been doing with the rest of the marketing activities for the leads. You can manage all the accounts in one place, engage them, and also you can measure. And being built on native platform, it gives you the ability to seamlessly integrate all the other capabilities of Marketo into the account-based programs. Yeah, and I think
yeah, thank you, Prash. It was absolutely amazing to see how powerful Marketo can be once we start using ABM. So let's talk about what's next. And I want to thank everyone, but I would appreciate if you join LA user group, be more active in there. And we also are looking for the speakers over there. And plus, as we all know, there is a Marketo Nation Summit on April 23rd to 26th. And I would love to see you all. Our booth is E856, so ShowMeleads. So please stop by and say hello, and we would have some goodies for you. With that, I would open up for any questions we might have had. So Kim, maybe if we can cover a few. I know we have just a couple of minutes more.
Sure, great. Yeah, thank you so much, Madhu and Prash. That was such a great dive into ABM strategy. So yeah, we have had some questions come in, and we'll try to cover a couple of them. And if we don't get to yours, we'll definitely reply individually as well. Let's see. This one comes in from Shelley, and Madhu, I'll direct this to you. What does Marketo ABM offer that other tools from their competitors do not?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I would say, let's take, for example, there are so many tools available outside for ABM. It totally depends on the goal, right? So let's say demand base, it offers ABM. And if you have to compare Marketo and demand base, so I think you can compare the website of it, which is web personalization of Marketo and demand base. But again, it's not apples to apples, because demand base would not help you launch any campaigns. So you can have demand base with Eloqua and do what Marketo standalone can do it.
Okay, great. That's perfect. Madhu, a few attendees did have that same question. So now, Prash, I have a question I think that would be best for you from Mark. Can you target contacts with specific roles within a target account?
Yeah, that's absolutely, you can do that. Great question. We all know that within Marketo we can create a smart list, and with ABM now you can do that based off each account, and also you can add different personas, or within the roles you can add to the smart list, and you can make it work.
Okay, great. Yeah, it looks like here a couple of the other questions are a little more company specific, so I think we'll reach out individually to you. So I think that's all we have for today. And as I mentioned, we'll reach out and respond. We'd love to see you at Summit. And please do stop by our booth. And thank you again, Madhu and Prash, and to everybody for your time today.
Thank you. It's a pleasure. Yep. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.